If you own a car, a boat, a Boda Boda, please listen up. This is important. As of 3rd November 2021, the government of the Republic of Uganda has degazetted the pink and green logbooks that you are familiar with, which prove you own said car, boat, or Boda Boda. If this sounds like something you're interested in, please keep watching this video.
It was revealed by government that the raw motor vehicle registration would be transferred to the Ministry of Works and Transport and let Uganda Revenue concentrate on revenue collection while the ministry carries out the regulation as per the Traffic and Road Safety Act, which was amended in 2020. Today, the Commissioner General, URA, John Musinguzi, officially handed over the responsibilities to the Minister of Works and Transport, Katumba Wamala.
As the CG, Uganda Revenue Authority, hands over the motor vehicle.
Now, effective 3rd November 2021, the mandate to issue and license registration of vehicles in Uganda lies now before the Ministry of Works rather than being before URA. So this mandate is also coming along with a change or an objective by the government of the Republic of Uganda to transition from paper-based logbooks to smart logbooks. So at this point in time, the government, as of 3rd November, has degazetted the pink and green logbooks that you're familiar with, and it's now issuing white logbooks. So anyone that is purchasing a boat, a Boda Boda, or a car, whether private or public, the mandate is that you will be receiving a white logbook, a white paper logbook. But in the near future, when the ministry communicates, we'll be transitioning to smart logbooks.
Minister Katumba also revealed that all type of vehicle logbooks have been degazetted and that they will be replaced by smart cards.
This is the old logbook, either that color or the pink. So these are degazetted. And we are moving, we have already been moving from that. Now we are on this. This is where we are now. However, the plan is to move from this to a simple card with all the details.
Now you're probably curious, what are these smart logbooks that I keep making reference to? Well, according to official communication, these smart logbooks will be digitally smart, computerized intelligent cards that will be communicating alongside the proposed digital tracking system, which will include a tracker that will be embedded in your number plate, which will communicate with a digital tracker that will be in your car, which will also communicate with a digital system collecting center that will be receiving all this information.
Are to be required to buy digital number plates for them to get digital trackers installed into their cars.
If a vehicle is coming from outside the country, say Kenya, Rwanda, Sudan, entering into the country, there will be a device also mounted at the border, and as long as the vehicle is traveling within the country, it will have that device. When it is leaving, then the device can be removed.
According to the Minister of Information and National Guidance, Chris Variomunsi, Cabinet took a decision yesterday to phase out old motor vehicle number plates and introduce new plates that can accommodate technology of digital trackers to be installed on all motor vehicles. Motor vehicle owners will be required to register again for digital number plates.
It will be fresh registration of all vehicles and motorcycles. So if you want your vehicle to be on the road, the motorcycle it's going to get a fresh number, fresh registration, which number will be digital and it connects with that device in the vehicle, and then it will be connected on the central platform, which will be monitoring the movements.
Unfortunately, the ministry is yet to communicate when you can transfer from the green and pink logbooks to the white ones. But when they do, please subscribe to Ask Me About the Law channel on YouTube and also on TikTok, because I will be communicating those updates whenever I receive them. So please subscribe so that you do not miss out on this notification. If you have any more questions in regards to the logbooks, also please leave it linked in the comment section of this YouTube video so that I can see it and address it. In case you're not familiar, in July 2021, the government of the Republic of Uganda signed a contract with a Russian company, which contract calls for installing of digital trackers in all vehicles in Uganda. So from vehicles, Boda Bodas, and boats in Uganda. According to the government of the Republic of Uganda, this initiative is allegedly in order to improve security in the country, especially in light of all the security issues we've been having, from the bomb threats to prominent leaders in the country being attacked and murdered. So the strategy the government is taking to this effect is installing digital trackers, which is now alongside the very drastic initiatives we've gone through, from the digital cameras with facial recognizing technology to calling for and collecting our personal data through the national ID mandate and also SIM card registration. As you can see, like, it has been a whole detailed initiative. Now, I want you to consider this in the context also of KCC's mandate to ban some Boda Bodas from the heart of Kampala. So if you make the connection, it will be possible to ban Boda Bodas, because if they install these digital trackers, they can know which border is proceeding past the boundaries where they should be or are allowed. If you're looking to understand what I talked about in regards to the Boda Boda ban in the Kampala Central District, I did a video about that. I'm going to leave it linked in this YouTube description box video, so please go and check it out. It will also help you better understand this conversation.
President Yoweri Museveni ordered that all vehicles should have digital tracking elements, but because of lack of updated data and reliable database, there has been a delay in implementing the process of installing digital tracking.
Takeaway you should know is that these digital trackers that will be in the number plates will contain GPS information, which means that someone will know the moment you turn on your car and you set out from your house, you drive around Kampala, someone will know where you stopped in real time, your GPS location and positioning, and this information will be shared in real time to the data center. So anywhere you are, someone who has access to this data at this data center will know. A mandate, according to comments made by General Katumba Wamala, who's the Minister of Works and Transport in Uganda, calls for having a clean database that will help the Russian company in installing its digital trackers in all vehicles in Uganda. So the government is using this mandate to license and register vehicles to update its data so that it can have a very accurate and clean data system.
The ministry should continue cleaning up the database and streamline details of all vehicles and come up with the modalities to verify all the vehicles.
Again, like I said, for everyone with the green and pink colored logbooks, we will be all required to go back to the Ministry of Works to receive the white colored logbooks. So when they do communicate this, I'm making it a priority to share that update with you here on the Ask Me About the Law channel. So please subscribe so that you do not miss out on this notification. So another update that you need to know about in regards to the registration of vehicles in the Republic of Uganda, according to the Minister of Works, the licensed vehicles, the database that will include all the licensed vehicles in the Republic of Uganda, will be shared and reconciled with the electronic express penalty system, as well as the driving permit database from Face Technologies, and as well as also the police and also URA. So there will be a whole centralized system that has all this information, so therefore they can know if you paid your taxes, if you own that said car, if you have failed to pay a parking ticket or a tax violation. All this information. Installation fee is one-off. This installation fee is 200,000 shillings. This one is on you for installing a digital tracker in your car, and then there will also be an expense of annual maintenance, which will be 20,000 shilling. That is also on you. So all these expenses are on you to get the digital trackers installed. Now you're probably curious on the legal reservation surrounding this, because like I said, there's so much information about you that is being shared, and you're curious, where do the laws of Uganda stand to this? Article 27 of the Constitution specifically states that no person shall be subjected to unlawful search of that person's home or property of that person, or any unlawful entry by others of the premises of that person, and that no person shall be subjected to interference with the privacy of a person's home, correspondence, communication, or others. The Constitution of the Republic of Uganda is alive to the fact that you have a right to enjoy your fundamental right to privacy, meaning that you can enter your car, drive anywhere you want, and ideally no one knows where you have gone unless you officially make it a priority to communicate to them and tell them, hey, this is where I've gone. However, this same constitution under Article 43 is also allied to the fact that in you enjoying your right to privacy, it shouldn't be at the expense of everyone else in Uganda suffering or failing to also enjoy their rights. So it's a bit of a 50-50 situation. Article 27 provides your right to privacy, but then Article 43 limits that same right. But now the courts of law have come up to clear this. In Charles Onyango Bo versus Attorney General, which was before the Supreme Court in 2002, where they point out that there are parameters for when the government of the Republic of Uganda can intervene to limit your right to privacy. The parameters specify that it has to be justifiable and acceptable in a free and democratic society, or rather, let's just call this a limitation within a limitation. This simply means that whereas the government has the mandate under the Constitution to limit your right to enjoy your privacy, there are parameters of when and how it should do this, and it has to meet the criteria of what is acceptable in a democratic society. So anyone looking in ought to see that yes, they are limiting your right to move around in your car by communicating that this person is at this specific geographical location, but they have to limit it in a way that if someone looked in, they would say, yes, it is being limited, but it has been done democratically, and it is also free and acceptable. Those are the parameters of what the case of Charles Onyango Bo highlighted. It is also critical and important to note that there are other laws in Uganda besides the Constitution that talk very verbally about personal information and the right to privacy in regards to your personal information that is being collected. In specific, the Data Privacy and Protection Act of the Republic of Uganda, which defines personal data as any information about a person from which the person can be identified, i.e., if that information is recorded in any form and includes your nationality, your age, your marital status, your educational level, your occupation, your identification number. Important note is that, remember, your digital tracker will have a serial number which can be used to identify you. Your number plate is specific to your car. Your smart logbook will also have a serial number that is specific to your car. So all this is identification information which will now be collected and deposited in a data center, meaning it can still be used to identify you and know exactly who you are and where you are. So the Data Privacy Act proceeds to define symbols particularly assigned to one individual, identifying data or any other information in possession of or that is likely to be in possession of a data controller, which includes or expresses an opinion, which is political, medical records, bank details, mobile money account details, medical records, bank account, driver's license, passport number, NIN number, IP address. All that is defined as identifying information, and the requirement is that this identifying information should not be shared without your consent, or at least it ought to be communicated to you when this information is shared. It is also a requirement that the data collector has to take all drastic measures to ensure that they protect this data and it doesn't leak to any other individuals or is not accessed without their consent. So the priority is here that despite all this initiative, the government is yet to pronounce or communicate on what steps it's taking to diligently protect your personal data that will be collected through this digital registration process. So once they communicate an update, I'm going to make it a priority to also inform you about said update, because your data communication, your data information, especially in this initiative, in regards to Pegasus, which I also did a video about, and also pointing out the fact that people like Raymond Mujuni have also communicated that they received a communication from their phone that was informing them that someone was trying to access their phone without any authority. And then also I did a blog about the hack, the Pegasus hack, where so many people's iPhones were hacked. Pegasus is a software that can be used to spy on you, especially users of iPhones and Androids. it has been seen in the past to be used to hack users' information. I'm going to leave it linked in the description box of this video if this is something that you're interested in and would like to know more information. There are individuals who have done a more detailed analysis to this effect. I think here there is a piece that was done by Lynette. There's also a piece that was done by Edgar and Stephen. I'm going to leave them all linked in the description box of this video. Please go and check them out if you'd like to know more in-depth analysis of this conversation. That is all I had for you for this episode. My name is Joanne, and this has been the Ask Me About the Law.